What's going on, everybody? It's Mr. Catfish, and I've come across a new game. That's right, it's Pocket Era beta version. That's right, it's a new game, and if you want some tips and tricks on how to progress and advance yourself in this game, you gotta stay tuned. Alright, yeah. It's a video. That's right, it's Mr. Catfish, and I've got some tips and tricks for you for Pocket Era Beta. And if you think this game looks familiar, that's right, it does look familiar. It looks like Summoner's War. And if you play Summoner's War, then all this is gonna be like elementary for you. And this is what it is. This is a elementary 101 how to play this game, how to advance in Pocket Era Beta. Okay? So we're not even going to talk about the other game anymore, all right? We can't even type it out in chat. It's censored. You cannot say those words in chat. They will censor you. Anyway, so we're going to talk about Pocket Era Beta. And this is a RPG turn-based lottery game. I call it a lottery game because there's a lot of casino lottery aspects to every part of this game. Everything's chance. Everything. So right here is your shop. We're just going to ignore that. Right here is your power-up station. Right here is your summoning area. Right here is your trading station. Right here is your essence. What is it called? Combination station? The combination station. And this is your wish temple. Alright? Cool. Those are your buildings. And this is just like, I want to go to my backpack. And here's your monsters. You're going to have a box. I call this a box here. And you're going to have a certain amount of spaces which you can expand over time with different kinds of capital. And you're going to be like, Mr. Catfish, where do you get all them monsters? What do all them different monsters do? Well, there's different kinds of monsters. We're going to go through it right now. There's three different kinds of monsters you cannot use in battle. We're going to talk about it right now. Togepis, Chanseys, and one I do not have in my box right now, Dittos. A Ditto is a very special monster, but let's talk about Togepis first. Togepis will come as a 3-star, a 2-star, or a 4-star, and when they come into your lives, they will be maxed out. But when I say maxed, is the highest level that a 3-star can go to is 25. The highest level that a 2-star can go to is 20, and the highest level that a 1-star can go to is 15. And then the highest that a 4-star can go to is 30. Are you seeing the pattern here? 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40 is the cap. When you get your monsters to 6-star, they can go up to level 40. You're going to say, Mr. Catfish, how do you get your monsters to 6-star? Well, that's what Togepis come in handy for. All right, so they come as 25 level 25 3-stars. So let's just say you have 3 random monsters you don't care. Let's say I don't care about these 3 monsters right here. So if I went to the combination station, no, the breaking station. It's the break. So if I take this monster to the break station and then put those 3 monsters and click the break button, which we can give an example right here, right there. You click power up. Energy transfer, and then you take your Togepis right here and you say, I want to get rid of you, you, and you. And if I were to click that break button right there, which I can because I don't have the mana for it, there is not enough Pokecoin. Would you like to buy now? You can buy this stuff with this stuff, but I don't recommend it. You want to save this stuff and use them later. I'll tell you where to use it later later on in the video. Anyways, so yeah, if I were to do that, you would turn from a 3-star level 25 into a 4-star level 1. And once I have 4 of these, I can turn Hunter or whoever is level 30 into a 5-star, which will enable me to level it from 1 to 35, which will increase its stats and make it better and fight better and stronger and last longer and do more things, and you will be very happy with those monsters. So yes, but what monsters do you focus on? Well, there's a bunch of different Pokemon you want to focus on, but we're going to talk about that in a second. The other types of monsters you get that you can't battle with are Chanseys. Chanseys basically help you level up. You go to the energy station and you like see how this is green and he's green. If he had a pink star, which I can do that right now, you can evolve it. No, I can't. Once you take it from yellow to pink, I need one more low green crystal. What are they called? Yeah, grass crystals. I need one more, and I can make it pink. And once it's pink, it gets a new skill. Increase the gained XP by 50%. So they make them much higher. And the last Pokemon you can't use in battle is a Ditto, which if you look at different Pokemon skills, like let's look at Haunter. Haunter has no skill ups at all. They're all gray. But if we take a look at Raticate, Raticate has a bunch of skill ups. And that's what Dittos are. Dittos are skill ups for your monsters. But you don't want to put Dittos into just any monster. No. You don't want to put Dittos into Raticate. You want to put Dittos into your Haunter, or if you're lucky enough to pull a good monster at early game. Like I pulled this whale here, and I really like him. He's really good, and I put my Devilmon into him. And let's say, which I'm working on right now, once I hit him to level 25 and make him into a 4-star, I will feed that whale to him. They look different, but if we click on it and evolve him, it's the same monster, right? See, it'll turn into him. You don't have to do that. You don't have to evolve a monster to break him into another monster. Okay, so anyways, so we will eventually make him a 5-star by feeding 4-star version of this to him with 3 other 4-star monsters, and he will become a 5-star. So that's how that works. And that's what a Ditto is a skill up if you don't have any monsters. Like Raticates, you'll get Raticate skilled up pretty quick because you get Ratices all the time. They drop, they're 2 stars, they come all the time. And like when I 2-star max this Wooper right here, I'm going to feed this Wooper and hopefully another Wooper, not this one, that one's special, that one's for something else. But yeah, he'll become a 3-star and he'll get 2 skill ups if I feed him 2 Woopers. If I feed him this Wooper and this Shroomish, he'll just get 1 skill up. Alright, and that's how it works. Now let's talk about core monsters. The first 3 monsters you get when you start the game is Water Jigglypuff, Fire Rattata, and a Grass Yagooz, which I don't have anymore. I fed him off because I got better monsters down the road. You want to keep them for now. Keep your Grass Yagooz until you feel comfortable getting rid of him. But he is a semi-decent damage dealer, very, very early game, which is why they give him to you. But he is replaceable, which is why they give him to you. A lot of monsters are replaceable, some are not. Let's talk about Haunter. Haunter is an early game monster you get from going exploring. When you go and explore, you get Haunter just for beating the first 6 levels or 7 levels. You get him. Do not feed him away. He's a good guy. He does a lot of good stuff. Alright, and you'll be like, Mr. Catfish, where'd you get all these other monsters from? Well, these other monsters, they come from different places, alright? But mostly where they come from are the quests. These daily quests, these are just, you want to do these every day. You get 10 crystals a day, and you can save them and use them places. And you can also get coins and experience. But right here in the challenge section, we're going to skip these 3 sections for now, and just these 2 right here is where you get your core monsters. So let's look at your Arceus. Like right now when I'm making this video, all the dungeons are open, so all 5 are open. But during the day, there's only one specific one that will be open. Like, let's say Wednesday, I do believe is Grass Day, and I do believe Tuesday is Water Day. Maybe it might be Fire Day, but if you catch my drift, like only a certain one will be open. So first thing you have to do is just beat the normal Hall of Origin, which will get you pink crystals, which everyone uses pinks, either low, medium, or high, depending on if they're a 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, or 5-star, is how many they need to evolve. Alright, and then when you want to get better evolution material, so you go into level 3, and when you beat the 3s, here's the core monster right here, your Fletchling. It'll come evolve. See, it's got the 2 purple stars right there, and the next one is the mushroom guy. I can't remember his name right now. I'm sorry. It's a Shroomish evolution. He comes evolved, and the last one is a Jinx, which she's really good healer. You want to keep her. All right, and then these, when you beat 5, you get the different color crystals. All right, so these 3 right here, and then these 2. He does something I can't remember right now. That's a pack rat, and that Lantern is a decent healer as well. You want to keep that until you get another healer down the road we'll talk about later. Alright, so those are the first 5 core monsters, and we'll go into the Snow Point Temple Master area, and this is where you get your other core monsters. So when you beat B1 for the first time, you'll get this monster. This is a really good monster. You want to keep that. And we'll move on to 3, and when you beat level 3, you'll get a Rapidash, the Leaf version. That's a really good monster. And we'll talk about how to build all these monsters in a little while. And when I talk about build, we'll talk about what building means in a little while. I'm just going to get through these here. Not all of them, just some of them maybe, unless my game froze.
A few moments later.
And your game will crash from time to time. It happens. It's beta version. Actually, it's gonna crash a lot. Especially if you've got ADD like me and you move from one section of the game to another section to another section. So the best way I can tell you to avoid getting game crashes, focus on one thing at a time. So let's say you've got a bunch of arena tickets, league tickets. You want to do that first. And knock out all your league tickets first. Don't do one, oh, I'm going to power up some runes before I do any more. You should have powered up those runes first and then went and done it. And well, I mean, you can take that risk. But yeah, your game is going to crash. Don't get mad. Just reload the game and get over it. Alright, so let's go back to talking about monsters. The core monsters you get are the ones that are going to take you places. And they're not going to be pretty. Like this monster right here. Wormadam, not the prettiest monster. It looks like a floating bush, but it does work. And how I have this monster ruined right now? Nothing. It's just I have a speed rune in slot 1, and this is kind of I'm working on. I just 4-starred this monster and leveled it up, so I'm working on that monster. But let's talk about other monsters runes. We've got Haunter here on Fatal Energy. Fatal increases his attack power, and Energy increases his HP. We've got a Fletchling here on Energy and Keen and Broken. So he's got 3 Keen and 3 Energy. I'm working on fixing him up right now. He's going to get better later on. And then we've got an Eevee. Is just on Fatal doing damage right now. Pretty much basic 3-star runes and 2-star runes still, which is kind of sad. And then we've got Rapidash. Rapidash, you want to have the fastest runes possible on this monster. So a quick set and then the 2 of the fastest runes you got. And mine right now is at 180, and I'm happy with that right now. And that's a good looking speed for such an early monster, and I'm happy with it. That's why I do so well right now. It's my fast Rapidash. Alright. And then my Light and Dark Ball that I got from beating the Volcano boss. When you beat the Volcano normal, you get a Light and Dark Ball, or as I should be calling them, a Psyghost Ball. You can either pull a Psychic or Ghost monster out of those balls. It's the only way you can get them, unless you get them through like achievements or through the league or through the quests. So he is on Stun and Keen. And then here's your Light Owl, or I'm sorry, Psychic Dartrix. This is a good monster. It does the reason why you want to have this monster, especially when you have it evolved, is this right here. A speed lead of 15%. Speed is everything. Speed is amazing. And then we're working on Wigglytuff still. Pretty just random, just on energy runes. And he's missing a rune. And this one's on quick. You want to put her on quick until you can get her on the Thunder runes. You eventually want her on Thunder runes, so she can, because she heals, and you want her healing ability to be healing as much as possible. You put her on Thunder runes. And then here is a little special monster that also I like to have on Thunder runes as well, but is just going to go on quick runes for now, and that's Fire Rapidash. And then this monster right here everyone gets as well. This is a resurrection monster. The third ability resurrects monsters, revives the dead ally, and recovers the HP of all allies by 20% each. So that's a nice res and heal. And if there are no allies revived by this skill, the cooldown decreases by 2 turns. So that's your little backup healer and reviver there. And then a bunch of Togepi's. And then this guy I'm going to take into places that freeze and stun eventually. Because this passive he's immune against that stuff. Freeze and stuns. And his attacks deal additional damage proportionate to the target's max HP, which is nice against bosses. So I'm slowly going to level him up and other things. And then let's talk about Mr. Catfish. What are these runes you keep talking about? They're actually Pokemon tags. They're actually tags. And where you get them is you go down here to Poke Tags, and they're down here in this section right here. I got one that's not slotted right now. And you're like, Mr. Catfish, what are these things? Well, if you go to your quest over here, and you go down to Challenge, and you go to Pokemon Training 101. When you get your first monster, get that monster to 15, and that monster will get you 30 energy. And then you start getting these tags, and when you get yourself a Keen set, you'll get more coins, and when you get yourself a Fatal set, you'll get more coins. I always say, Mr. Catfish, where is this going? Well, runes are everything in this game. Yeah, monsters are cool, but without runes, monsters don't do anything. If you have 4 Nat 5s and they'll have 2-star runes, I'm gonna come in there with 4 2-star monsters with 5-star runes and kick the crap out of them. Okay, a monster with 5-star runes is infinitely better than a monster with 2-star runes. It don't matter what monster it is. Okay, so you want to put a lot of emphasis on getting these runes. Like, all right, Mr. Catfish, where do you get these runes? Well, there's different places to get the runes. Okay. There's 2 different ways to get runes. You can get them randomly from going, no, not there. You can get them randomly by clicking the correct button, by clicking Explore. There we go. Alright, so you can get runes 2 ways. All these places up here, or this little place down here. This little place down here is for later on, alright? What I've been focusing on is getting the runes available through here. Alright, so let's say the forest. You want to get more HP on your monsters. Well, luckily, the forest drops energy runes. And okay, well, I need a certain rune, the slot 2. Well, here's slot 1, here's slot 2. If you want a slot 2 rune, you'll fight the second one. So let's say you want a slot 6, you'll fight the 6th one right there. I do believe these also drop 6 slots. Slot 6. I keep calling them runes, they're tags. If you want a Fatal set tag, you go here, and you go to here, and it shows you can get Fatal tags here. Alright, moving on here, the next set, from this section, you can get Keen, which increase your crit rate, which go well. Fatal and Keen go very well together, so that's why they're next to each other. And then after that, in Jokul, this is where you can get your Swift rune, your Quick runes. So you can, if you get yourself the Wind Rapidash, or the Leaf Rapidash rather, there's going to be a few errors in this video. I'm still coming off my 2-year... Oh, I said the words. Censored. Alright, I'm sorry about that. So this is where you want to get your runes. So you, especially if it's a quick rune, you want to try to have at least some kind of speed sub on the bottom. And right here, if any rune you get off of 2, it needs to be speed. It needs to be speed. It needs to be speed. Quick runes need speed. That's the whole point of them, is to be fast. Okay? Okay. And how do you get them faster? You gotta power them up. Let's talk about rune powering ups real quick like. Alright, so this rune right here on Rapidash, Poke Tags. This purple rune. I've taken this rune up plus 4 times. If we go to power up right here, it costs 2,450 coins to power up this rune once. So we can do it twice. We're going to click on 10 and let it do it twice and see if it'll give it to me for... Oh, boom. It just went up to 5. And this went up just the tightest of bits. If I had 170 more coins, I could do it up one more time. And since this is a purple rune, one of these 3 will go up again. Okay, so every 3 levels a rune will go up with the subs. This is your main stat, these are your substats, and I call this right here the mini. Main and mini. And these are subs. This HP percent will never change. It is stuck at 6%, so it's just these bottom 3. Let's find an orange rune real quick. Who's got... Oh, there's an orange rune. let's say this orange rune was level 1. Like, all plus 12 runes are going to be orange because they go up to orange. But, don't look at my runes. I know it's still a 2-star. I'm working on it. I apologize. Okay, but let's say this was a 2-star orange rune that was level 1. It would power up one of these 4 times. I need a new rune for him really bad. We're going to go find one of these days. That's how that works. What else can I tell you guys? Let's do some tips and some tricks real quick. Some tips and some tricks. Summon your Pokeballs often and often. Many and often. Oh, a 2-star monster. I'll take it. Nice. Alright. Oh, and get friends. Just go in here and you type in, I need friends. Hey. You just type in, hey. You can see chat normally whenever you're not on side sync. Alright. Also, the way I'm using this on the computer is a mirroring device, not an emulator. Mirroring devices are usually okay. Some games actually don't like mirroring devices, but the games I play do. That's why I use it. Most games don't like emulators. Emulators are against most terms of service. If you notice, I have my phone. It's right here. It's on. It's just the screen's black, but it is on. I can control the volume with it and such. But it's still in use. It's just pinging my. It's doing a mirror. You know, like Chromecast. So yeah, that's where you want to go. More tips though. Summon. Right here. You have to do these at the beginning of the game. They force you to do a gem summon. I do not do gem summons. I will never do another gem summon. They are a waste of crystals. I would rather do the 2 refills. Now when I say refills, if you go down here to the shop, or if you just run out of energy, it'll prompt you, do you want to buy a refill? You go to the cash shop right here, and you buy an energy, get out of my screen. You can buy an energy refill or a ticket refill or bundles of coins. If you want coins, you can get coins. I don't recommend that. I just recommend this one right here. Don't even bother about tickets. The league is, don't worry about the league until you get to like level 10, I would say, level 10. And that's when you can pretty much fight normal and not be worried about losing too much. But if you do decide, I keep flipping my hair because I'm so pretty. Alright, so you get a refill right there. And that'll refill your energy to 51 or 45 or 30 or whatever your max is. It goes up 1 per level whenever you ding. Here's your experience bar. Alright, over here. Arena. My best recommendation, if you want to get a lot of points to get your Dittos, because you can get 1 Ditto a week, plus let's look at all the other stuff you can get from the shop. You can get all this stuff from the shop. All this stuff. I recommend you get that every week. Get that first. And then make sure you have enough saved up for the next one. See, I already have 216 saved up for the next one. Right. But the best thing I can do for you to recommend is you go to your defense and you just set it as 1 monster. And then a lot of people will attack you and bring down your rating, and that means you'll be able to stay low and attack people that are lower than you, and you can get points quick. So I hope that makes sense. But I am trying to climb, so ooh, someone said GZ. Oh, I want to GZ someone. GZ means grats. It's just really short. Alright. Other little tips. Do your event. If you're starting up and the event's still going on, check your events. Events are always amazing things to do, and they get free stuff. You have to explore 15 times. You have to power up Pokemon 5 times, which is, let's say you pop a Pokeball and you get a 1-star monster. Feed that 1-star monster to a 2-star monster and power it up a little bit. That's what it wants you to do, is feed the 1-stars to the 2-stars, or feed the 1-stars to the 3-stars, whatever you want to do. Or you can feed a 1-star to a 1-star. It's whatever, just do it 5 times. And then you have to get a Poketag 3 times from the Legendary Land. Those are the places we talked about before that I don't recommend you do starting off until you have your core sets. core sets, not Pokemon. But let's talk about the legendary lands. The one you want to focus on is Snow Point Temple. That's where they have a whole achievement section for it. And let's look at the runes that drop in there. You get Energy, Fatal, Keen, Quick, and Stun. These are your core runes that you want to start off with. Energy runes are the monsters that have HP-based attacks. Fatal runes are the monsters that have attack-based attacks. Keen runes for Fatal runes combo. Quick runes for monsters that need to be fast. And Stun runes for monsters that usually have an AoE ability. Or, actually, it's usually monsters that have AoE abilities to get the Stun runes. And very specific exceptions for that. Alright, so that's your Snow Point Temple. The key to beating this, you want to have a cleanse, you want to have a defense buff, and you want to be able to do good amount of damage with as little hits as possible. This guy will counterattack you every 7 hits. So let's say you have a Jigglypuff in there. The Jigglypuff hits 3 times on the first ability. So that's boom, 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 3. And let's say your Haunter goes, but he's on cooldown from the last stage, so he uses his first ability. Boom, boom, boom. That's another 3 hits. And then your Fletchling goes, and he's on cooldown, so he does his first ability. That's the 7th hit. When that Fletchling hits the boss, that boss will hit your Fletchling, and depending on how much HP you have, it will probably kill it. Alright, Sky Pillar is a little different. Sky Pillar drops different runes. It drops Thunder runes, which gives you an extra turn. Lock runes, which give you extra accuracy. Guard runes give you more defense. Iron runes give you resistance. Shield runes give you a shield. You can stack those up to 3 times. And beat runes are counterattack runes. So if a monster hits you, you have a chance to attack them back. Alright. And the way, you can also get Great Balls and DNA Fruit and Togepi's. And the way you beat this guy is you need a cleanse. You need a monster that will remove the debuffs off of your other monsters so they can not die. Because these stages love to add the damage over times, which look like little angry skulls most of the time. And they have they do 5% damage every turn. So if you have, let's say, 5 dots on you and you take a turn, that's 25% damage you lose just like that. Regardless how much HP you have, you will lose that HP because of those dots. 25%, boom, just like that. And then the Space-Time Tower is a very special place, and I don't recommend going in there unless you have very special monsters. Let's look at the rune drops real quick. You get Rush runes, which increase your crit damage. Will runes, which give you immunity at the start of your turn for 1 turn. Patient, which is increase your attack bar for 4% every time you lose 7% of the HP gauge. Absorb is basically every time you attack, you get back some of that damage as health given back to you. And then Judge is, let's say you have a really good monster that does a lot of damage. You put some Judge runes on there, and it'll actually decrease the enemy's max HP with a little red indicator bar, so they cannot heal past that red indicator bar, which is pretty nice. But this, the way you beat Space-Time Tower is you need a lot of monsters that have multi-hit, and this is why you want to keep your Fire Jinx. Later on, Fire Jinx is the best healer for this. When you're all the way down here at B10, when you have your Jinx at 200 speed on Thunder runes, she will single heal this. I mean, a lot of places you'll be doing Snow Point or Sky. Don't be afraid to bring 2 healers. You're starting off, you just want to get it done and get the runes. Because yes, better runes drop in here, but it's random. So if you're looking for a specific rune, you want to go at the very beginning of the game and grind the specific one. You say, I want a slot 4 Swift rune. So you're going to go down here to 1, 2, 3, 4 and find your slot 4 Swift rune. Okay? Boom. You run it over and over and over again. It's video games. There's repetitive stuff. You're going to have to do it. You have to run it over and over again. As well as for, like, let's say I wanted to skill up my blue Wooper that I have, which this is where I probably got it from. I probably dropped from here. So if I wanted to get skill ups for him, I would go into here and farm this over and over and over again until I got some Wooper skill ups or some Fletchling skill ups and feed them to the other Fletchling that I already have. And that's how you can get easy skill ups. And each one has a different skill up section. But not skill up section, but monster drop. Excuse me, it's tired. I'm tired. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Did I say that the day resets at noon Eastern time? I'm gonna say that now. You have to finish your dailies before noon Eastern Standard Time. So here's your Rapidash skill ups. Oh, I wonder what that one does. That's probably a fusion monster. Let's talk about fusion monsters. If you go to your energy station and go to the power up section, you'll see monsters that have these little arrows on them. So if you click and hold on them, it'll bring up this. It'll show you the runes and the stats and stuff. And then you click on these little arrows, and it'll show you the fusion section and what monsters you have and what monsters can be fused. So this Raticate right here, if I had these other monsters as well as this Raticate, I could combine all 4 of them if they were 4-star level 30 into this, and it'll give me this monster as a 4-star level 1, and then I can make it into a 5-star. It's very... Oh, it might give it to you awakened already, because this one isn't, but this one is. I meant to say evolved. It might give you the evolved version already. I'm not too sure. But you want to keep these monsters. I have them all saved up. First one you want to try to do, the first one you want to do is anyone you get the first one for. But if you have, like, let's see which one it is. Alright, so Gengar. Gengar is for this monster as well as this monster. I recommend you fusing it for this monster first. 2 reasons. First reason, Gyarados is more applicable than the Garchomp. Croconaw. I'm sorry about that. He's more applicable. You can use him in more places than this one. This one is more league based. This one is you want to be using in the Pokemon League against other players. Second thing, you want to be building this Cyndaquil right here. This Cyndaquil, Quilava, it'll be a Cyndaquil when you get it. This Quilava has a speed lead of 19% and has a lot of cool abilities like dots and attack bar reduce, and just it gives himself an attack a crit rate buff. But he's really good in general in a lot of places. So when you get him, you're going to have to build 2, one him and then another one. But Mewtwo. Mewtwo is by far the first trade / fusion monster that you want to get, because his 3rd ability is amazing. Let me click on it. Removes a weakening effect except inability effects like sleep, stun, freeze on all allies each turn, and recovers HP by 3% for each weakening effect. So if any of your allies has a debuff, he'll remove one of them every time he takes a turn, and then he heals himself for 3%. So yes, Mewtwo is really nice, and he also does a stun on his 2nd ability, and his 1st ability is leaves a damage over time dot, as I like to call them. And then this one is Frogadier. This is I'm not sure if I'll ever fuse this monster. This is I guess going to be a Pokemon League monster, but in the game that shall not be mentioned, it's a different monster that is right here in its place, and it's a little bit more useful than him. So I don't have much to say about the Fire Frogadier right now. Ninja. That's all I want to say. Okay, Ninja. That's all I want to say. Alright. And you need to be patient with this game. You need to be patient. Just like you were patient with me in watching this video and dealing with my wacky green screen. You got to be patient with this game. Good things comes to those who wait. And yes, you'll need to put time into this game. You don't level Pokemon just like that. Not yet, anyways. Good things come to those who wait. So that's pretty much a good 30-minute video on good tips and tricks on how to start off your game. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask them below. I can answer them in the comments section, or at your request, I'll just make a video, but I'll probably just answer them in the questions for you. Or if you're playing the game already, come visit me in channel 100. Right now I'm in channel 100. And there is a Facebook group for this game. All right, just to let you guys know, there's a Facebook group for this name. The game. All right. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope I helped. Stay tuned. There will be more Pokemon. There will be more Pocket Era. There will be more Summoner's War. There will be plenty of more burps and mustaches and fidgeting and almost cursing. So please stay tuned. Be subscribed. Click that notification button. Appreciate you guys. Deuces and cabooses.
Here we go.